Come on in, welcome to the love reading. We're still using the Summer Meadows Tarot because we are squeezing the last drops out of summer. Literally, it's absolutely torrential rain. Get yourself a cup of tea. I have got myself, this is throat tea, I know, which is quite nice, kind of minty. Grab yourself a cup of tea, maybe a few cheeky biscuits. We're doing a love reading. This is for you if you're in any kind of single, coupled, situationship, exes, present, future, past lives, the whole bit. We're doing the whole bit, okay? So we're literally going to fly by the seat of our pants and just see what comes up. If you have found this, there will be a message for you. We're going to get details. Ooh. We're going to get timelines. We're going to get all sorts. Valentine joins us. Here she is. Valentine's an Aquarius. As you know, I'm a Pisces. Okay. I am reading reversals today. We kick off with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, and I'll take a few other cards because for me, the Queen of Wands, obviously she's got her normal stuff, like she's the Fire Queen, she is sassy, she's got like a diva quality, and it can be you when you're, you know, really on it and you know what your boundaries are. And you know, a bit like if you're looking at a meme and it's kind of me knowing I've got all of my laundry folded, you know, and that kind of music's going on. It's that sort of feeling for the Queen of Wands. But she can also represent competition in relationships. It all depends for me on the other cards that come up with her. I'm not really getting that vibe, but I'm just going to throw that in there as a caveat, okay? Five of Cups in the reverse. It's a card that we want to see, obviously, in the reverse. It's a card which, it's a 5, so it's a disruptor. Some of you are caught up, and I'm getting literally like this is in the shallows, which is reminding me of that film with the song on it, actually. Yeah. You know the film with Lady Gaga and the other guy that I can't remember the name of. Great song as well. So for some of you, and this is like a very specific detail, but I'm feeling like we're going to be channeling today. We're going to be channeling in the rain. For some of you, that song, I don't know, I think it's called The Something Singer, the movie. That song, In the Shallows, or whatever it is very significant to you. You've listened to it, you've sung to it, you've cried to it. Yeah. It's also, I mean, I don't want to spoil the film, so I won't, in case you haven't seen it. And it'd be good if I could remember the title. Can somebody put it in the comments, please? Because you're all going to remember it, and I'll remember it as soon as I stop the camera. That was a film of two people who were very attracted to each other and quite talented people. But also, he was quite broken. You know, he was quite broken as a character. So, if that really resonates with you, please do let me know in the comments. Or if anything really resonates with you, please let me know. Let me know in the comments, because it's really good when you're sat here giving loads of detail about weird things that you've never thought of before, to know what, you know, how it's landing with people, really. Okay. So, in the shallows, this sort of feeling of being in a stream and the feeling of water flowing, what has gone by, okay, what has been lost and what can be gained and what can be salvaged is what I'm getting. And then we have the Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups could easily be summed up with one syllable, which is meh. It's a card, but it's more complicated than that. So, basic meaning of the Four of Cups, meh, Gallic shrug, you know, that kind of thing. But it also has a steadying influence. When it comes, if you look here, if my camera's going to behave, and God knows, oh, I mean, look at that. Jesus, honestly, right. Let's do a little bit of, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't even know. Oh, I almost broke my own table. We can fix this, people. Look. There we go. Look at that. You'd never know. And at least there wasn't a pair of pants or something worse on the floor. Do you know what I mean? I swear to God, if you go over my videos for the last few years, you'd probably find something if you looked hard enough, or even not very hard at all. Right, oh God, Four of Cups, a card where, because you have this unsteady feeling when you've got that Five of Cups, you know, the Five of Cups as a five, it disrupts, so it gives you a feeling of being a bit unbalanced. And it feels to me like some of you are trying to balance your memories of somebody or your recall of a situation. And what I'm getting channeled to me now is a dog. You know, when a dog goes off the lead and has a good recall. And dogs, of course, in Lenormand, it's to do with loyalty. And also that phrase which I got from Mad Men ages ago, a difficult dog to keep on the porch. So what I'm getting channeled to me now is a dog, and I don't know much about dogs because I don't have a dog, but I think it might be a black Labrador. It's giving me an itchy nose. More importantly, you've got the lead, got this lovely, really quite nice worn out leather, quite a dark but worn out leather collar and leather lead with like a sort of orange tab on it or something, and the dog is running around off the lead and you're trying to get the dog back. Okay, so there's been a loss of control in relationships. Now this may be in a current relationship. It may have been even in the relationship you had at home with your parents when you were young. It's a loss of control, and it could be about someone you are no longer with. It could be situationship. It could be different for different people. But you've dropped the lead and they're running around. Got a car alarm going off, the whole bit. And it's a sense of alarm. And it's a sense of somebody who you can't quite control. And Queen of Wands, she regains control. Okay. I'm going to take another card. It's obviously that's going to be a part of it. Yeah, Page of Swords. Page of Swords, and this card that goes with, oof, hello. Oi, oi, King of Cups, right. I'm getting this, and it's making my nose really itch. So apologies for that. There will be an extended reading, by the way, when we get to the end of this reading, and there's cards all over the table. Things will come up, okay? And we will go down the rabbit hole. I will get another drink. We will channel, and it'll all get a bit more freaky at that point. So if you're up for that, if this is really resonating with you at the end of this reading, that link will be the first link in the description box, and you can come and join me where we will fling many a weird card and do many a weird channel. Okay. Page of Swords. I like the Page of Swords because it means that sense is starting to happen. This can be, and I feel like it is for you, the dawning of, you've been confused here. You've been in charge of a dog that's off its lead, running around the park, but ultimately there is some loyalty in that dog, but you can't work out what it is. Page of Swords is when you form your first sentences about something, where you get your first ideas about something, where you may start to communicate. So Page of Swords for me is a short text message type thing. It is not a deep heart-to-heart conversation. So it's the beginning, it's a page, it's the most junior of the cards, but it's still a sword. And that's clarity. So you have clarity and you have sense, and you start to form, and we have got a couple of eclipses coming up, I know, and we've got an equinox. We've got a lot happening. There's a lot happening. A lot of planets are in retrograde. A lot of planets are changing signs. Yeah, it's a lot. So you're getting different influences astrologically, but also spiritually, but also in the 3D. So this could be literally you read some advice somewhere, or you speak with a friend, or you start talking to somebody. This could be somebody new, or it could still be the person that you were dealing with before. It's like you're turning over a new page, literally a page, but it's only in the beginning. I'm getting like channeled a beautiful book, which is got gorgeous. I love a rough cut page. Love a rough cut page of really sort of that really, you know, those really old books when they're really like thick and the paper's really thick, and I've got it like leafing over, but we're starting to get letters forming on these pages. So these are ideas. It's the beginning of a conversation. It's very small, it's very tender. And then we got the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups. What can we say about the King of Cups? He's one of the most interesting, complex, and infuriating of all of the kings. Maybe the most infuriating. He's very, very blended as a character. So, emotionally soft and enormously psychically in tune with you. And also when the King of Cups is present, there will be coincidences, psychic weirdnesses. For me, I'm now getting channeled a weirdness, of course. I'm getting channeled a very battered phone. So there's something about this phone, and it's not even just like, you know how you get a screen crack, which is quite common. This is a phone that's battered on the back of it. It's like a battle phone, okay? So that will resonate maybe just with one of you. Please leave a hello in the comments and give it a thumbs up if it's resonating with you, okay? This creature, the King of Cups, it could be, it's like a mixture of harmony and poetry and chemistry and confusion and water, the shallows, the psychic nature of water, the way that water, you can't tell where it begins or ends, where the boundaries are. That is the situation that is being spelled out here, okay? But also the King of Cups, it's a very beautiful thing. It's a very tender and psychic relationship, but boy, can it be difficult. And then we get the moon. That one isn't stuck to anything, is it? No. We get the moon in the reverse. Okay, interesting. Of course, the moon is very related to the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is very related to Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, water signs. But more importantly, the King of Cups is emotion and this blended version of the truth. So this whole my version, your version, and the truth, and a whole not being able to pin somebody downness is the King of Cups. Always very floaty, feet are always in the water, often the whole chair is in the water, and just this very peaceful look, and the fish and all of that iconography, okay? Moon in the reverse, interesting, because when the moon goes into reverse, for a start, I think this is probably relating to the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 18th of September. I'll do another video nearer the time for that, but I feel like this is literally like when you tip liquid out of a glass, when you get the moon, especially full like this, and it's in reverse. It's like tipping the moon. It's like you literally, what I'm getting channeled now is the glass that was full of a liquid that made everything go discombobulated, you tip it out and you can actually see through a glass clearly, okay? And that is giving me a seeing through a glass darkly, which is St. Paul, letter to the Corinthians, I think, from the New Testament. And it's about elucidating a mystery. This is a mystery, this relationship. What I don't know, and am yet to find out hopefully, is whether this beautiful mystery will remain a mystery. Do you see what I mean? Mystery is unfinished business, and this is unfinished business, I'm afraid. This is a whole casserole of unfinished business. You know who you are. Give me a thumbs up. I'm loving this. I mean, it's never going to be boring, by God, especially not if it's linked with the Queen of Wands. Wow. Okay, I'm liking that we get the star. So, we get the star. Never going to kick the star out of bed for eating crisps, are we? Because the star is mega, it's gorgeous. It has aquarium vibes, of course, itchy nose. And for some of you, this may be about an Aquarius. But it also has the vibe of taking some kind of magical charge. Now, I don't use the word control because do you remember the dog running around the park with the lead? There's no point trying to control this. You can't control it. I feel like the first chapter of this relationship, connection, situationship, yet to be, whatever you want to call it, has been about this dog off the lead type thing. And now we have this, we drop control and we walk into magic. And that's kind of giving me an itchy eye. God, I've never had an itchy eye from it before. Might be about seeing something. Let's see. Gosh. This is about manifesting, but it's also about you feeling very empowered, but without having to be in control. The desire for control is just going to desist. It's going to cease and desist, which is really nice to know. It may not even have a reason. You know, sometimes you're just lucky and the universe throws you a bone and just says, by God, you've been sweating, you know, you've been sweating it. So I'm just going to send you this kind of new understanding, new rationale, okay? And a lack of a desire to know, but more of a desire to feel the truth rather than to know it. That is it. How are we doing so far, people? If you like it, do subscribe to the channel for plenty more weirdness. If you really like it, do subscribe to the Gemstars. Gemstars, we do stuff like this, but just for the Gemstars. And we have our own community tab. And we chit chat. And we do pick a card, love readings, and oh my God. And whatever else takes our fancy. There may or may not be a join button. Okay. Now then, now it gets really fruity and interesting, especially with all the retrogrades that we have going on. We get Judgment. Woohoo! Okay. Judgment has entered the building. I like this, but it is a tweak of Back to the Future. So it means, oh God, itchy nose, God. It means you left something behind. Now, the only thing I'm thinking here, and it's going with a very itchy nose, is something my shaman friend talked to me about. And I do not know about shamanism much. Okay, I know a bit. And I definitely know when it's in the building and when we're kind of talking about it. And we are. soul retrieval, okay? Don't really understand it, but you can look at it really simply that you left something behind in this relationship. It may be a part of yourself, it may be unfinished business with the person and the relationship. Either way, there is a journey backwards to get it. A bit like a quest. Let's unpack a little more. Oh my God, I'm so glad we used this deck. Sometimes it's just, oh, I knew that he was going to come out. There he is. Shout out to all you Cancerians. Not that this is a Cancerian card, but you Cancerians, when you know, you know. Okay. King of Swords. Of course it is. Now, I like this actually because we got the page and the page matures into the king. So the message becomes knowledgeable. You start to really know, okay? For some of you, and this won't be all of you, this is your ex, this King of Swords. And I don't know why he's in here. Well, yes, here we go. And that won't be for everybody. We've got the Two of Pentacles and we got the Nine of Swords. So for some of you, this has not been, oh yeah, this has not been the easiest of people. And for some of you, this is an intruder. You know, I'm getting kind of intruder vibes. And I don't mean that as in someone getting into your house. I mean someone getting into your heart. Someone intruded upon your heart. We've got the Three of Swords here in the reverse. We got the Nine of Swords, which is mental anguish, being up at night, worrying, you know, having that feeling of, oh my God, not this again, is what I'm getting with that Judgment. It's very important with the Two of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn. See how open this stance is, that someone is juggling, but they're open, okay? It's very important in your situation here that, because this King of Cups is weird, and also there's something a bit weird about your connection. Weird good, but weird nevertheless. Be open to the weirdness. Don't try and pasteurize it. Don't try and make it something understandable in inverted commas, okay? I like that the Three of Swords is in reverse, but always acknowledge that you went there, okay? Always acknowledge that you went there. Let's just get rid of me so I can put some cards where I am. Yeah, Five of Wands. This is, obviously the Five of Wands is a card where people are having a fight, but it's not a real fight. It's kind of like sparring. So they're not slugging it out and knocking each other's teeth out, but they're practicing, they're sparring. And it can be a sense of, I'm getting a slight sense of competitiveness between you and the person. Not third party vibes from the Queen of Wands anymore. No, I'm getting the competition vibe. So you and this person, there is some sense of spiritual competition between you that I don't quite get. It's very interesting, and you may have a very interesting dialogue when you are talking with this person. I'm getting, God, what am I getting? I'm getting so much channeling, but I can't get it. It's like tuning a radio. Okay, I'm getting songs, song lyrics, 80s music. I'm getting is it a Jeep? I don't know what the car is, but it's like one of those cars that only has 2 seats, and like a ute or a Land Rover. I don't know what they're called in different countries. Or a farm vehicle, like something like that. Okay. Greeny coloured, battered paint. There's a lot about battered paint and metal that I'm getting in this reading as well. Okay. Whew. Then we have the Eight of Wands, which I love because the Eight of Wands, I think it's Mercury in Sagittarius. It's communication, flowing, actually happening, rather than, this is the beginning of communication in the Page of Swords. Okay, it's tiny. Then we got the Five of Wands, which can be like sparring with each other, sending each other jokes, talking on social media with each other, but not directly. All sorts of little nuances which have little barbs in them, okay? But then it becomes the Eight of Wands, which is much more of a generous conversation, not so much of a selfish. On this part, you're still both on your own sides. When you get to the Eight of Wands, you're going to find that it opens up as a conversation about you as a pair. Maybe a couple, maybe not, okay? Because you still have that kind of decision to make here. You know, what are we to each other in the future? But it's an open book here. There's some false starts with the Five of Wands. You may have a little flurry of little text messages, or one or two, and then it goes silent for a while. You may have some false starts. Don't sweat the false starts. Nine of Swords, you know who you are. It is going to open out into something of a dialogue, okay? We don't know where that dialogue is going, but it's almost, I'm getting a lotus flower really opening out. For some reason it's paper, you know, like the really absorbent paper. Gosh. Okay, in the extended reading, I think I'm going to use the Scarlet Rose Tarot, which is a love deck. Yes. And I do believe there is a counter story buried in the story. It's a story within a story. By God. Let's take a couple of love oracle cards for you. That one. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Love a doorway. It's a threshold as well, isn't it? It's a threshold. Ooh. Okay. Let's have a looky-see. So we've got the doorway. For me, the doorway is new opportunities. So this one is, it says, an opportunity presents itself that leads you to a new person. But it can also be a new path, okay? Sparks, that's the star card. These are sparks of attraction. Keep the sparks flying, surprising each other, gestures of love. But to me, it's more sparks of conversation and sparks of clarity. Seeing through that glass without the liquid in it, the moon tipping, okay? So also look out for that eclipse on the 18th of September, which is like a real shower down of truth. I'm now channeling, imagine if the world was painted in loads of different colours and then it really rained and all the colours washed off and you saw what colour everything really was. The true colours, okay? Goosebumps, 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 Val. Oh, Val's having a wash. Goosebumps. Okay, and then long distance, and it's not just physical long distance. It's not just physical, it's also mental, but also kind of spiritual. I'm glad that I could vocalise this bonkers situation for you. I like the energy of it. I like the energy of your empowerment in it. I like that moon going upside down because it does mean that any kind of, and I think it's Neptune retrograde, I think it is, isn't it? Is it in Pisces? Someone let me know in the comments. When the moon goes into reverse, the truth starts to settle. And that is much, much needed, okay? I like that the Eight of Wands is here and that we're opening up into a dialogue rather than a sort of verbal sparring match or a who blinks first texting thing, okay? Right, I'm going to go do the extended. I am going to put some more hand cream on. I'm going to get the Scarlet Rose Tarot plus some other weird decks. I think I'm going to go weird decks on this one. It will be in the description box. It's the first link, and I'll put it in the comment section as well so you can't miss it. Come and join me. Let's channel and have some fun and get weird. See you soon. Can't wait. Namaste.